That's just sports, baby.
Crowd goes wild, strawberry ice bringing fire and style. Reds, Bengals, Bearcats, all in my zone. This is my stage, my mic, my throne. Boom, like a hammer, I'm breaking the game. Strawberry ice, you're gonna know my name. Sports Talk Thunder, hear the podcast roar. Cincy's line is kicking down the door. Step into the ring where the passion ignites. Talking sports all day and all night. From the field to the court to the roaring stands. Strawberry ice with the world in my hands. Boom, like a hammer, I'm breaking the game. Strawberry ice, you're gonna know my name. Sports Talk Thunder, hear the podcast roar. Cincy's line is kicking down the door.
Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to the show. This is Sports with Strawberry Ice. I'm your host, Iceman Jeff Trunapole. And as always, I'm bringing you sports from a West Side point of view right here in the great city of Cincinnati, Ohio. And as always, I'm coming to you live from that ice game.
All right, shout out to my sponsors. They are Priority Lawn and Landscaping for all your lawn and landscaping needs. You need your grass cut, you need your shrubbery trimmed, I don't know, you need a paver patio, you need anything, I mean anything. Landscaping requires. Think Priority Lawn and Landscaping. Also, shout out to T Properties, quality housing for quality people. Check out the website at www.tpropertiesllc.com for all your rental property management needs and your rental needs. And of course, Marr Window, Door, and More. I got it in my house. I highly recommend you get them in yours. They're energy efficient, great looking windows, easy to clean. Marr Window, Door, and More. The website is MarrCincinnati.com. And also, shout out to my favorite brewery, Moorline Lager House. Get on down there, get you some delicious Moorline beer, some delicious Moorline food. And tell them I sent you. Moorline Lager House.
That's right. We'll be back down at Moorline Lager House this Sunday. We got two more tailgate events. So if you guys have not been down to the Best Day Brewery pregame experience at the Moorline Lager House, I highly recommend it. It's awesome. We're going to be down in the big fest tent that is in the grassy area where now is called the Kris Kringle Market. Got a stage, big screen TV. We're going to have a DJ there. It's all inclusive. Get your tickets at the Moorline Lager House Facebook page or on their website. All inclusive food buffet, drinks, all of it. It's a great time. So come on down and let's enjoy this. Now, this is the last show I'll be doing before Christmas. So Merry Christmas to you and your family. And what is up to everybody in the chat? We've got Robin there. We've got David Woods in there. And we got Tony Blazin. What's going on, everybody? All right. Pro Bowl snub. Why the hell is DJ Turner not a Pro Bowler? Can somebody please explain this to me other than the fact that he plays for the Cincinnati Bengals? Look at his numbers. They're unbelievable. Jamar Chase obviously should have made it. I mean, I'm not complaining that we should have had more than those two, but definitely should have had both of them. Jamar Chase makes it, which is awesome, but DJ Turner deserved a Pro Bowl selection this year, in my opinion. Now, I think he's an alternate, so somebody might not want to play if they go to the Super Bowl or whatever, so there's a chance he might get to play. But either way, it still sucks that he did not get put in there right away. With that being said, let's get to the man who has all the knowledge of what the Bengals need to do this offseason, what he thinks about DJ Turner, what he thinks about Jamar Chase. He is one of the members of Bengals and Brews. He is none other than Dustin Croft. What's up, Dustin?
Oh, just enjoying the holiday season. I mean, there's bowl games on right now. There's Toledo and
who's winning that game?
Yeah.
Did Toledo come back yet? Or Louisville come back yet?
It's a minute 53. It's 27-22, and I think Toledo has the ball. So,
because Toledo was coming. I think Toledo was coming back. I was watching a little bit of that game before.
Happy holidays to everybody. Yourself, all the Bengals fans, those in the chat now, Steelers fans, Ravens fans. You get cool. The Browns fans, I'll go easy on them because I feel so bad for them. They just get an empty box, you know?
You get nothing and like it.
You get nothing and like it. It's kind of funny. Their fans think they're just like a quarterback away from like, you know, kind of moving forward. And Shadur actually hasn't played that bad, to be honest. But
he hasn't. But
you know,
they
got a lot of holes too.
Yeah, they have a really good defense. Like I said, I would love to trade our defense for their defense, and we'd have a freaking Super Bowl contending team. That'd be perfect. I'd do that in a heartbeat.
Yeah. Let's come together as Ohio teams and just form one super.
Yeah, just form one super team, and then we go kick everybody's ass.
Yeah, exactly.
One thing I think is interesting, but talking about the play out the bowl games and all that stuff, and I'm sure it was like this last year, but why do they take a week off in between the first round and the second round? I don't. Why is there no playoff games this weekend? I mean, they're all like Ohio State, Miami, New Year's Eve. We're going. That's great, but that's not till next week. Like, why? Like, to me, I wish they'd fix this college football schedule. I know I didn't expect to go with this conversation, but we'll go this way. Why don't they move college football up? Like, start the season earlier, and then why do they wait so long to play the college football playoff tournament? Because if they could get it all done, and I loved it when they had the national championship in there. They New Year's Eve. That was awesome. They could get it all done if they move it up, like I think a week or two. Yeah, maybe just a week, and start earlier, and not have like a week in between the first and second round. They could get this all done, and it's January 16th is when or 19th or whenever when the college football playoff championship game is. Like, why is it so far away? They should be able to fix this so it could be, the championship game back on New Year's Eve.
Yeah, and the championship game is like on a Monday night, which is kind of, it's
people gotta work.
Yeah, people gotta work. Yeah. No, I agree. The scheduling is just absurd with college football. Like, you brought up a good point. Just start earlier. They already have the week 0,
right?
Like that mini week, like marketing, whatever. Just start the week then.
Yeah, start everybody then.
Yeah, and then that's the other thing, like with the college football playoffs, because everybody's kind of blaming the NFL for playing their games on Saturday, but it's actually college's fault. Like, they should be the one adjusting to it because NFL has always owned the Saturdays after the college football regular season ends. Mm-hmm. They're not going to move off of that. So therefore, most people on Saturday, now there are weaker matchups with Oregon and JMU, Ole Miss, and Tulane because they already played. But nonetheless, like, most people were tuned into the NFL games on that Saturday.
But this weekend, you can have Ohio State, Miami.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like, now it's like us being, I know you loosely root for Ohio State and me being an Ohio State fan.
Right.
Well, we haven't played ball for 3 weeks now.
Right. That's crazy. It's going to be almost a month since Ohio State played. I'm like, that's the way it was before when they have a one bowl game or whatever. But now it's like, why are we waiting so long? I don't know. The way the NCAA does crap, I'll never understand. I mean, it makes no sense to me. They make money despite themselves.
Yeah, and you have this playoff committee too. That's you got these G5 schools with these bids, and it's just like horrible games, like absolutely just disastrous games on Saturdays, and it's kind of like. I don't love Notre Dame by any stretch of the imagination. I think most people do hate them, but it's like probably would have loved to see maybe a Notre Dame matchup instead of, like a JMU or something like that. I'm a fan of those smaller schools. Don't get me wrong. I love it, but I almost would love for them to have their own kind of thing and let the big boys play. So,
yeah. And the thing is like, I think eventually they're going to phase this out. The thing is, like football, if they want to do like NCAA with Cinderella and all that stuff, you're not going to get that in football. Football, you can physically put your hands on somebody. If a team is bigger, faster, stronger than you, they're going to win 99% of the time, unless they completely screw up. Now, I'm not saying that none of these teams will ever win one of these, but the games are boring. It's not putting them in there. I mean, it's real. I mean, you see what to against Alabama, we got our ass kicked. Now, I put a lot on that on Luke Fickell because I don't think he coached. I mean,
no,
there's a million times I would have stacked the box and tried to sell out to stop the run and put our 2 NFL cornerbacks on islands is what I would have done. But Luke didn't do that. Anyway, that's a whole other discussion there. So, but yeah, I can see them phasing it out eventually because. But the thing is, the bigger thing right now is the schedule. It's just silly to go this long because then you got like for guys who are going to the NFL, it's just say you're playing the championship game. You're January.
Yeah.
2 weeks later is the combine, I think. Or
yeah.
It's close. I mean, they got to fix the schedule somehow.
Oh, 100%. Like if you're a player that's, like playing like, how many Ohio State players were in the championship and they had to turn around. They didn't even get a chance to really enjoy and bask in the victory of the national championship because they have to get ready for their future,
like the next day.
Yeah, exactly. It was literally like, and that's becomes a whole industry, the training for the combine so you can put up good numbers because we know obviously the scouts and player personnel, they look at those things and it's almost like what kind of 40s could they have ran if they had, a couple more months to prepare or something like that. So, yeah,
exactly. And I think like I've said this before, and I wrote an article about this. It wasn't on my Substack. I did that when I was writing for a ZTV. That this is my idea that they should take like the Power 4 conferences and they could do that. And I would not be surprised they could cut the NCAA completely out. If all four of them could get together and just in football and basketball, just create their own conference and TV package deal for that. And they can put it all in divisions, regions, and all that because it's not, let's not be silly here. They're not college athletes anymore. They're all getting paid, they might be going to class. They might not be. I mean, the ones that are getting paid that aren't going to go to the NFL, hopefully they're taking advantage of it and going to school, going to class and going to be able to get a degree out of this.
Yeah.
They're not college athletes anymore. They're professional athletes. They're getting paid for this. So take all of them, put them in divisions, and do the whole season is just like the NFL. It's a push to the playoffs. Your record gets you in. Like, why don't you do that? Then all the other sports like swimming, soccer, volleyball, all this stuff, they ain't got to trail like UC. They have to go all the way out to all the way down to Texas 500 times because there's so many Texas teams in the Big 12. They could go back to regional conferences again to help their schools out, and they can still take the money that these Power 4 these schools are getting and put it back into their colleges to help the other sports out. That's what I just don't understand. I think eventually they'll do that. To me, it makes too much sense, so it's probably not going to happen.
Well, I think it's an excellent idea, and I think it's going to be like a requirement at some point because the current landscape of how they have things set up now, it's not working, and it's actually not providing a great fan experience either. Like, I mean, just talking about the playoffs specifically, like the marketing of the playoffs is just like, I don't even know what's going on. I mean, my team's in it. Like, I was like, oh, they're playing in the Cotton Bowl. Like,
Right. Yeah. Like, don't you pay attention to the bowl, what bowl game it is. It's the playoffs.
And then you have these coaching carousels going on at the same time. And it's just like, it's almost like you have the season and you move to the postseason and it becomes an afterthought because you have National Signing Day. You have players that are they going to stay on the roster? Are they going to transfer? I remember there was a story, and I actually went to the game. It was Alabama and Michigan when Michigan won the championship, and they were playing in the Rose Bowl. And apparently, Saban had to like convince players to stay on the roster to play. So it's like you're dealing with that shit too. It's just I think
that's why Saban left. That's why he's not.
Yeah, he was. I think that was like that was like okay. After a week of dealing with that, he was like, "Yeah, this is it for me." So
I mean, you see, we're playing New Year's Day. Or no, the day after New Year's, I think on that Friday, the Liberty Bowl. And I know Sorsby, our quarterback, isn't going to play. I don't even know who's going to play in it. And that's the thing too. Is like for these teams, like where ours is toward the end of bowl season. How many other players are actually going to play in the game? Because if they're entering the transfer portal, they got to enter it now and figure out what they're going to do next year.
Yeah.
Yes. Got a couple questions here for you. Let's see. Let me get to this. Dustin, did you see the Lions fan tweet and DJ Reader's response? I think he wants to come back to the Bengals. I would love DJ Reader to come back to the Bengals. What am I missing here, Dustin? What happened?
Yeah, so he's actually been getting flack quite a bit because he was the Lions Man of the Year nominee.
Yeah.
And just like the comments on, and DJ Reader's pretty. I think he's not overly active on Twitter, but he's on there. He's looking like we.
Oh yeah, he responded to me a couple weeks ago. He's a good dude.
Yeah. No,
I like him.
I love him. Like I miss him. His leadership.
Yes.
He's funny too. Like his locker room interviews were always kind of hilarious. But yeah, I just think Lions fans, you're seeing a fan basically group of people that maybe like, and to me it's like researching the player, right? Like if you give a player money and they come in as a free agent and you're expecting, like, what are you expecting out of a DJ Reader? I think he's still playing pretty solid. He's still taking on double teams.
Mm-hmm.
I just think it's one of those things where fans kind of like they see a price tag, a free agent signing, and they have all these like huge expectations, like for all these crazy numbers. That's never really been DJ Reader's job,
Right.
So
Right.
I think it's the lack of understanding of what his role is. And I mean, now he does get kind of lumped in. The Lions, like, they just have not been able to build a defense this whole time. Now, obviously they had a lot of injuries, like the Bears last year. Yeah. So I kind of see. I don't know if also chat you guys saw this today, but David Montgomery, the running back from Cincinnati, had posted, and I think the Detroit Press retweeted it or they put it out. He basically put a picture with his name on the back with no number. So there's a chance, like, where is he going? So it does show that there are teams with windows. And I think this all comes full circle for us as Bengals fans, because albeit I think with Burrow, we do have elongated window, potentially his whole career. You got to take advantage of these opportunities. And I think with like Detroit now, the frustrations with fans is like, hey, we were like the number 1 seed last year. We failed. This year, we're probably not even going to get in the playoffs. I don't think they will.
No.
They kind of feel like this is slipping out of their hands, and you see frustration. So,
and that for me, like I know some Bengals fans feel like that with us, that our window is closing. And I keep going, when you got Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and T. Higgins, we got them for the next 4 years together.
Yeah,
our window is not closing. They have not taken advantage at all their last couple of years of what they needed to do in this offseason. And you and me were just talking about this before the show started. Like, I want them to be aggressive. Right. I want them to go back to what they did leading up to the Super Bowl when they drafted which everybody's, well, they had Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. I get that. But they also, the biggest thing is free agency. They went after free agents. And then I don't want to hear this, well, because of 2020 and all that stuff. In 2022, they signed Ted Karras and Alex Kemp. So they still signed somebody. So they still can do it. I'm not saying you got to go out and sign 5 free agents. You sign 3 of them because, like, give me a linebacker. There's always linebackers in free agency you can bring in here and upgrade. And I think you need to at least have a veteran linebacker in here. And hopefully, knock on wood, hopefully we'll get Caleb Downs, but I kind of doubt that. But that's the thing for me. Like, look, if the Bengals, like last year, Walter Nolan, I think, was their pick. That's who they wanted. And he went one slot before them. This year, if Caleb Downs is your guy, which I think he'd be the perfect guy for the Bengals at safety and what we need, trade up and go get him.
Yeah.
Be aggressive. Trade your number 1 pick and a 5th round or a 5th round next year or a 2nd round next year, whatever. Move up, go get Caleb Downs. If that's your guy. That's what I want the Bengals to do. Be aggressive. Find your target and go after it, because they did do that. I don't think they've done that the last couple of years.
Yeah. And this where, we've had these conversations, and, I think a lot of Bengals fans know what we're up against in terms of resources, size of the department.
Get more scouts.
Yeah, more scouts. It's almost like the delegation of work amongst people too. It's like, it's one of those things where don't move in fear is so, like, let's take, for example, we were talking about just like celebrating the Super Bowl, what we did afterwards off air here. But
awesome.
The Rams, for example, they went all in, right? And they pushed all their chips in, they won.
F them.
Now they're already back. Like, you yeah, you can take chances.
And one of the cheapest defenses around too, Dustin. So I'm not trying to cut you off, but I've said that, and that's perfect because they went from F them picks, won a Super Bowl. Now they went the complete opposite and built everything through the draft. They got one of the cheapest defenses in football. Puka Nacua with a 5th round pick.
Yep.
So I don't hear this crap. Well, you got to have high draft. No. The Bengals can do it. They just got to draft the best player available. Or if you, like I said, or if you have a guy that you want, go get him.
Yeah. And that's where, I talked about a little bit before. There's like quite a few boxes that you want to see them check. So aggressiveness of free agency. Now, free agency is a kind of a dicey game these days. I think teams are doing a better job of retaining players, exercising the 5th-year option, that sort of thing. So it's getting a little bit tougher to find those types of players, but they're out there. Like you can go get solid guys. Like you're maybe not going to get a guy that comes in and gets like 10 sacks or 5 interceptions or whatever, but you can solidify your team through free agency, and you can get good character guys that bring a lot of leadership. Like go after those guys again. You did it in 2020 and 2021. Like duplicate that. Find players that you think are on the rise. Like we can go through these free agency lists, like, and you can have mixed feelings about like what's available in free agency, but they're still dudes. They're still dudes you can go after. Yeah. So
I mean, one thing can you answer me this question? Why did they not re-sign Akeem Davis-Gaither? You talked about this last year. I know when you're making comments on the show about we need to redo this linebacker room, which they did. It's totally different. But why did they not resign him? Yeah. He was a young player. He played good. I'm not saying he could have been a star, but that would have been a veteran guy that you still could have had around here. You hung on to Logan Wilson, then you trade him. Why didn't they went and signed Warren Burke? Why didn't they sign Davis Gaither back instead, who's already here? I mean, I don't know that one.
Yeah, and that's like one of those things where there's like inconsistencies in their approach and what they say. So one of the big things, when Duke talks, once or twice a year is like retaining players.
Whenever he talks.
Like, well, you decided to go with an older linebacker. You could have still added him and retained one of your young linebackers.
Right.
And then you give BJ Hill. Like I love BJ Hill, and like I think he's coming on a little bit more towards the end of the season. But nonetheless, like you talk about age all the time, but then you give kind of like older players. So there's just kind of inconsistencies in their approach too, or you would like to see them kind of like follow up on what they say and stick to and just have more consistency around that too.
It's like I've said this. I said this yesterday. Cap didn't agree with me, but it seemed like last year they were so caught up in signing T and Jamar, they forgot about everybody else, and then they're like, "Oh, BJ, let's sign BJ." I think, "Oh, hey, Akeem Davis-Gaither's gone." Really? Oh, crap. Okay, who can we sign? Let's sign Warren Burke. That's just, that's where I'm like, if Katie and Troy can't, they're the ones that negotiate the contracts. From what we understand, that's the way it is. If they can't do all of it, you've got 3 guys who are listed as assistant GMs. Now, I've said this a million times. I don't know what GM they're assisting because we don't have a GM listed, but they're assisting somebody there. If they're assistant GMs, why not let them go out and try to negotiate some contracts? And all they got to do is say, all right, I got to get the final say-so on this. Hey, Katie, Troy, I can get this guy for this. Do you approve this? No, change this. I don't like that. Okay, yes, that's good. Whatever. Why is that so hard to do? And I'm not saying they don't do that because I don't really know, but as far as we know, it's just Katie and mostly Katie that does all the contract negotiations. What the hell do these other guys do?
Yeah. It's like they're no-show jobs,
right?
Those like
I mean, Dale's favorite person. What does Paul Brown Jr. do?
yeah. It's like there's some of that. It's also okay. We'll own the fact that like maybe there's not resources added or changes. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Alternatively, like do something unique and different. Then be scrappy, be creative. Be aggressive. If you're going to be lacking on data analysis, although I think they've gotten a little bit better at that, but like lack of resources, like you got to make up for it in some way. And I think, Burrow even said in his press conference, like we need to think outside the box. What we're doing is not working. Get a little more creative. And that's where it's like, you know, I know you and I were talking on the phone at halftime on Sunday, is like, take for example that Thursday night game with Seattle and with the Rams. You know, the Seattle goes out and gets Shaheed, the punt returner and
Right.
wide receiver. They're down in the game. He takes one back for a touchdown and gets another big reception.
Mhm.
Like, those are types of players, because the NFL margins are so small, that go find those guys, go trade for them, do creative stuff like that. What if we had another safety, like a Duggar that we added or something, and we had him for Chicago, and they make the tackle in that final play? You know, it's like we're seeing it different too. And like, I just think those are things that they really need to, outside of the free agency and drafting better and so on and so forth. Like, they got to start thinking creatively too.
And again, I go back to, they've done that before. Remember a guy named Eli Apple?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you say what you want.
Yep.
I mean, he got burnt, but he made some really good, important plays for us. That was a guy that they went out and signed. They didn't have to sign. So that's where I go back to, they've done it. And that's where I was getting, when we were on a roll, I was getting excited. Like, all right, we're doing stuff that the Bengals never did. We didn't sign free agents. We didn't draft well. We were doing all of that. And then it led to the Super Bowl. And in the last couple of years, we haven't done that. Like last year, for some stupid reason, their plan was, hey, we got Al Golden. And we got all these first and second round picks, which I agree with this part. Let's get the guy who could develop them. But you can't expect that in 1 year. Like, you can't expect it week one. Oh, bam, they're all better. This is where they should have sprinkled in some veterans to help with that.
Yeah.
You know, and they got two. TJ Slayton and Oren Burke. Oren Burke's a backup. TJ Slayton, he's been okay. I've honestly been a little disappointed with what we've gotten out of him. I thought we'd get more out of it as far as run stuffing ability. They should have went out like this. I've said this: the safety. Why in the hell is Geno Stone still playing? Like, give Tyson Harrison a shot. Like, you talked to me into taking less money, and then you didn't address the safety room at all. Like, that's where I'm like, if you guys are so involved in Sam T and Jamar, you need to get help.
Yeah.
Like,
and it's like, historically speaking, as we know, closely following the Bengals for numerous years, and everybody in the chat knows, is when we have these big contracts, we always kind of fall down, you know, a little bit, and just we just kind of go into the pits, and then we come back around. It's like, it's almost like they go and they buy a Ferrari and are scared to drive it fast. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a good analogy, because it makes no sense to me, because, you know, like I said, and I've had people like, oh, we got, like, somebody commented on one of my videos or something, I can't remember, that we need a whole new secondary. No, I think you could add to the secondary. Actually, I think our corners are pretty good. I would still add to it. Our Jordan Battle, he's gotten better. Yeah, he's had some misplays, but he's gotten better. I would replace Geno Stone in a heartbeat. I would add to that room. You don't need to replace the whole secondary. You don't need to replace the whole defensive line. You need to add to. I mean, hopefully Shamar Stewart next year can actually make a jump, because they're probably going to rely on him to take over for Trey. So, which you and me were talking, like, I don't know why he didn't get more playing time on Sunday. I still would like to find that out, because Joseph Osai wasn't playing. And if they don't re-sign Joseph Osai, they're going to have to go out and sign somebody else, which finding a guy like Trey Hendrickson is really hard to do, because what they did is unheard of. I mean, teams would love to do what the Bengals did, where they got Trey Hendrickson. He was in New Orleans. He was productive, but everybody thought it was because of who he was with and how the scheme was and everything, and Trey proved them all wrong. Finding a guy like that, again, it's going to be kind of hard. That's why right now, you and me talk about this off the air, what are they waiting for? Go pick up Miles Murphy's contract. Get Joseph Osai signed. At least start talking to him, which hopefully they are. I have no idea. We've never talked to Duke or Katie or anything like that. Start doing that stuff now. Now, like, the season's over. Your off season should start now. You know, the front office off season should start now. Scouts, which if they had more scouts, it would help, should be out scouring and looking for talent and going down. All right, what's their free agent list? Okay, what do you think about this guy? I'm like, hopefully they're doing that. This is what they need to be working on right now. The off season's already started for the Bengals.
Oh yeah. I mean, even look what Jacksonville Jaguars did. They extended Jacoby Myers, who they got in a trade from Las Vegas. That's like they're in like potential Super Bowl contention, and they're still taking care of their team. So it's like, yeah, get these guys done, man, and then you could free up your time to evaluate these free agents that are out there. I mean, I'm sure they're already doing that. I know they got their I forget his name. He does kind of like more of the free agency stuff, and like I think he does a pretty good job for the most part. But yeah, man, get the layups done, get those easy, like signing your own players. Now, the higher end contracts, I understand, like those take a little bit longer.
Yeah.
But the Turners of the world, the
Miles Murphy, it's just pick up the contract.
Just pick it up. Hard. Yeah. I mean, get Risner. I mean, Dalton, like get him.
Riser.
Get him going. Like these are just like easy ones that you can kind of just. Well, I don't. Turner is a high end player, so that there might be a little negotiation there, but nonetheless, like some of these should be
high end player. But this is really his first year of really being a high end player. Before that, though, I mean, he's going to get a raise, but he's not. I don't think he's going to get number one corner money.
Yeah. I don't think so either. I think because it is just 1 year of success. But yeah, those are just like things that just kind of move along like we do in our own personal lives and work. Like we get stuff done and move to the next task that we got to focus on. Like do that for the team, and then you guys can free up your time. And then in free agency, you can hammer that, and then you got the draft. And then, full circle here, it's like we got to get back to just not chasing needs in the draft. Like we got to get back to drafting BPA because the fallacy of any front office and NFL teams where they fall into struggles is they're constantly chasing needs, and you end up overlooking really great players that can help your team. And when you have a lot of good players on your team, it most likely masks some of the sore spots of your teams, because they're such good players. Like look how much Burrow and Chase does for this team as an example. Our offensive weapons. You have more of those guys spread out across your team. It's going to help out with some of the weak areas. Like for example, like not to get too much into draft stuff, but like let's say we stick where we are and Caleb Downs is drafted like 5th or something, and we just don't even have a chance. Like I don't mind drafting like BPA Jeremiah Love, the running back out of Notre Dame, because what can that do? That can free up, Chase to do more of that gimmicky stuff. That can help us to possess the ball a little bit longer. That helps the defense. And or if there's a lockdown corner, if we're drafting like 15, they do for LSU, take them. Like, we got tons of studs, but if that's the BPA, what can that do?
Right. It can't.
Bill Parcells' old saying was, I can cover, because he was always big on getting lockdown corners. I can send more guys on blitz than you can block. So like we can lock one side of the field down with a shutdown corner. Get that
right.
So they got to be thinking that way instead of chasing needs.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like I go back to the thing is Katie and Troy, are they trying to do too much themselves? Like, are they too stubborn to ask for help? I mean, like I said, I don't know the structure. I don't know who does what, other than we think Katie and them negotiate a lot of stuff. That's where it's like, so do these guys who are all the assistant general managers, Paul Brown, what do they do? Are they helping with this at all? I don't know. And that's the thing. It's like, unfortunately, we'll probably never know because they're never going to tell us. But just looking at the results, that's what it seems like. It's like there's so much stuff to do, and they don't have enough time to do it, and they don't start early enough to do it. I just. That's what it's. I don't know.
It was one of a little bit more of the head scratching off seasons, and what that curtailed into is kind of a head scratching year. I mean, you just had like, what are we doing at safety? I mean, all of us were calling
back years.
Yeah, it's like you didn't do anything, and then what a shocker! Like your safety play, specifically Gino. Obviously, Battle's come along, and I've really loved to see his development, and he's playing really well. But like. That just costs you games, man. That costs you games. That costs you another playoff because, like, a dude couldn't make a tackle on a key play.
I mean, last Sunday he squared the running back up and got juked out of his shorts. I mean, didn't even touch him. I know it's wasn't an easy player 1-on-1, and the guys coming out with all the momentum, but you didn't get a hand on him. Not even a hand on him.
Yeah, no, it's just. Geno Stone, it's tough sometimes because, like, you're a professional football player, but it's also like, have the Bengals ever used him to his strengths? Like, at Baltimore, he was more of a third safety, a rover, that sort of thing. they fell in love with that because they thought they could just duplicate that as a starting safety, and it was like, nope, that's
But
not.
that's the stupid thing.
You know?
Is
Yeah.
how many times did when Lou was here? How many times did he use the 3 safety look? I'm like, what? That's so like, why didn't we? If we had him, that's what he was good at. Why didn't we get another safety in here to try to have a 3 safety look?
Yeah, dude. It's like we scrambled since that Bates thing. What a just a
Yeah.
disaster.
Now speaking of Bates, Chuck here wants to know, would you bring Bates back? I would if they release him. I would. But
Absolutely.
he's still a good player.
DJ Reader, I'm unsure of just because he is like
I'd
he
still bring him
like
back. I love DJ.
yeah, I think
Put him in Slayton, have him and Slayton rotate. Yeah.
a rotational piece. I think if you limit his snap counts at his like kind of age and stuff like that, I think it would be like you could still get a lot out of him. Jesse Bates, as far as if you want to bring somebody back as a pure starter, oh hell yeah, I'd welcome him back like a heartbeat. Yeah,
He's still playing good. I mean, this I've said this many times. The stupid thing is the Bengals could have signed Jesse Bates, and I understand a little bit more of salary cap room and depth now than I did back then. I was like, we can't sign him. No, bullcrap. We could have signed him. we could have signed him for what the Falcons signed him for and fit him under salary cap, and we didn't.
Yeah,
and that was that was the downfall of this defense. Because you can't keep letting guys leave, and they try. And I'll give the Bengals credit. They tried to look ahead. That's the reason they drafted Dax Hill. They thought he was going to replace Jesse Bates. They drafted him a year early. But that didn't work. They thought Miles Murphy was good, which I still don't understand. They drafted Miles Murphy, and then they signed Trey, but it was such a team-friendly deal, so I understand that. But then Lou never played Miles. So it's like, why the hell did you draft him? That part boggled my mind. So, I mean, they did try to do stuff. It didn't work. And the thing is, once you see it didn't work, you need to cut bait and go a different direction.
Yeah.
Or like that, I'm talking more of Dax. Miles Murphy, they never tried until this year to see what they had out of him. That's the whole stupid thing with him. And that goes back to Shamar Stewart last week. I don't know how many snaps he ended up with, but I didn't see him out there a whole lot. I'm like, why is he not playing more, especially since Joseph Osai was hurt?
Yeah, I know. Like, I'm hoping over the next 2 weeks, I'm hoping maybe it's like, hey, we're ramping it up a little bit, but yeah, like get him on the field.
Right. Find out.
And I mean, I guess turning like the page to more of the positives. Yeah, you were mentioning before, feel very solid about our cornerback play. Also, kind of a knock on the coaching staff. Like, I know we love CTB and he played a little bit better towards the end of the year, but like, man, and I know you maybe didn't want to move Dax back outside, which he's balling out there, but like having Jalen Davis on the field has just kind of brought an energy to the defense.
Totally changed the secondary. Totally changed, especially that cornerback room. They moved Dax outside, put him inside. It's Davis. They got to re-sign him, I think, don't they?
I think so too. Yeah, that's another one. Yeah, they gotta. That's the thing. Like, we're talking about rebuilding the defense and all this, but like we have like a lot of players that are coming up on contracts again.
Yeah,
too.
I mean, the thing is, you want to keep the ones that you're finding out. Or that's one good thing I will say about this year with the defense and what Al Golden has done. We found out what players we got, which ones we want to keep. Last year, I couldn't have told you. I would have had no clue. I would have said no. I don't want to keep Joseph Osai. No, I don't want to keep Miles because we didn't know. Yes, I want to keep both of them. We found out stuff. So that's where I go back. Like you said, we get your list. All right, we need to re-sign this guy, extend this guy. Do that now. Start talking. Get it signed. Get it done. Don't let it go into the – get that set before – hopefully, for the love of God, if they don't have their own guys re-signed before free agency starts, I'm going to pull my freaking hair out.
Oh, we're already like coming on the compasses of like – I'm creeping into like already a failed offseason if you don't get those
right.
Guys
Get your players that are already in your building signed. Get them signed, extended, whatever. Get that done now. Then you can concentrate on free agency, and then your draft. That's the way this works. And it's like if I know that, I hope to God the Bengals know that. That's where hopefully they do. But sometimes they drag their feet on this crap, and I'm like,
don't wait. Don't wait, get out in front of it. Like, retain your blue chip talent. Now, like we can't obviously sign everybody. If there's like a role player that can go get some money somewhere else. I mean, obviously, like even those guys are important, but if we lose those, it is what it is. Like, go get your payday, like, you know, whatever. Like, we're not gonna, but like your high end players, like you've seen like the Turners of the world, like you feel like, okay, maybe it's only one season, but like he's gonna be a good player. Like, get him in the fold, like at the very.
He's been like that all year. So
yeah.
619, you know, says Caleb Downs or Ruben Gaines got to be the first round pick for the Bengals. If they're there, I mean, if we win out, we might be picking 15. I don't know if either one of those make it to 15. But yes, I would be happy with either one of those guys. I really want Caleb Downs, but Ruben Baines, I think would be awesome too.
It's going to be awesome to watch the playoffs. This is like, you know,
well, especially the Miami Ohio State game because they're both playing each other, so that'd be cool.
Yeah, we get to see Ruben Bain. You know, we got to see him against Texas A&M last week, wreaked havoc, and then he's going up against Ohio State too. Yeah, definitely him, David Bailey. I mean, there's some dudes. I think like usually, I think in a normal year, safety wouldn't be valued as high. Now Caleb is a different type of player. He does everything. But
he's
I
like
also
Ed
think
Reed, man. There's some people, and I'm not the only one to compare him to that. He's like an Ed Reed, though. He can do so much stuff.
Yeah, he can do so much stuff. He's different. So I think he's probably going to go higher than like probably what a normal safety would go. You know, so that's kind of unfortunate. Probably where we end up drafting. I don't know.
Well, right now they got both those guys around 10. And that's right about where the Bengals are right now. I think they're still 9th right now in the draft. But dude, we're going to win these next 2 games. I know we are. And that's going to that might knock us out of the top 10, depending on what the other teams do. But we'll see.
Well, it sucks that the quarterback class is terrible because you don't have like players getting pushed down.
Right. Exactly. That's I want more. I want Arch to come out. I want more guys to come out and get these quarterbacks out of here. Somebody to bring up the man, who was it? The player out of Clemson.
Peter Woods.
Yes, I can't find the comment there. Yeah, Peter Woods is another one I wouldn't mind. Right now, those are my top 3 guys. As of right now, in December 23rd, we got
I think like there is a possibility Peter Woods could be there for sure. Where we end up picking. I could see the Bengals definitely going that route. They've drafted Clemson guys before. It was pretty obvious that they were, you know, it's kind of unfortunate. Well, maybe fortunate for the Bengals. Like we don't get to see Walter Nolan this week because he got
towards ACL.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah,
sucks.
You sent me that tweet. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. Like, jeez.
He came on. He was like really impactful right away too. And he was playing. He was balling out. So I kind of sucks for him. I'm sure, you know, he'll come back strong and all that. But yeah, I think it was pretty clear. And there was an article floated somewhere. I don't know where it was, but they definitely are focused on beefing up the defensive line as they should, because I think we're pretty around the same sackage as last year. Is if you know Trey Hendrickson didn't play, so we need more disruptors on the line. So
yeah. And that's and we need get more pressure up the middle. That's the big thing. I mean, because let's just say Shamar Stewart takes a jump next year, like Miles Murphy, Joseph Osai, and we have Joseph Osai and Miles Murphy next year, along with Shamar Stewart.
Yeah,
we might be all right as far as our edge pass rushing goes. Maybe you need push up the middle. We don't have any push up the middle. McKinley Jackson, I like McKinley Jackson. He's not a pass rusher. Chris Jenkins, not a pass rusher. TJ Slayton, not a pass rusher. BJ Hill, sort of, but not really. We don't have a pass rusher up the middle. That's what we need. We need to get the pressure up the middle.
Well, imagine like a 3rd and long, and we have Osai, Peter Woods. You slide Shamar Stewart into the 3 tech,
right?
And then you have Miles Murphy on the other side. Like,
that's
exciting. Now, obviously, like Shamar, we got to see a lot from him to be feel confident he's gonna make that contribution. You know, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I mean, the name of the game. If you're not going to get tons of pressure, like you got to be shutting people down in the secondary, and it's like even then, it's like you can't. You still like because those sacks or pressures, those usually turn into turnovers, or you get a team into like a 2nd and 15 or 3rd and 13 because of a sack, you know. And those, well, maybe not the Bengals because we can't stop anybody on 3rd and long. Like that's been going on since
15.
Oh God, I was so confident too because we got the sack right before that.
See, and that's to me that. I think that play and that game, I won't say broke Joe Burrow, but I think that was such a deflating loss. That's where he's like, you got to be kidding me. We scored how many? I make 2 mistakes. We get him at 3rd and 15, and we can't stop him. It's like, I can't make a mistake. That's where I think I go back to Joe's comments. That's where I'm like, I think Joe's like, and I've said this, our win-loss of the last 2 years is so razor thin. And like, you got to have some help here. And like we said this many times, I'm not asking for a top 5 defense, top 15, top 20 defense. Just get a little better. That's all you got to do. Be able to stop a 3rd and 15. Be able to stop, cover a tight end. I mean, there's simple things you should be able to do. That's where I think it all, like, not last week, but the week before that, we got blown out by the Ratbirds. I think last week the whole team was just like, I don't think they thought the season was going to be over. I think they really truly believed they were going to go to Buffalo and they were going to win and they were going to have a shot at this thing. And the way it was in their hands and it just went poof.
Yeah.
And it was gone.
Yeah.
That was hard for me to take as a fan. I can't imagine it as a player because you worked your butt off all year. You finally got everybody healthy, got everybody back. We're going to win this game, and it's taken away from me like that. That's got to be hard to deal with.
Yeah, it's very tough. I mean, the come down from that is just excruciating. You go up to Buffalo, a raucous environment. It's snowing like crazy. Like, our players played really hard that game. Like, I'll give them definitely A for effort. And offensively, we came up with some big plays. Like, we narrowed the lead down at the end. Again, it's just like not being able to get off the field in 3rd and 15. It just really kind of summarizes this defense from the past like 3 years. There have been games where we've gotten stops and we've had opportunities to get off the field, and it's just like when you literally can't get off the field on the 3rd and 15, you don't deserve to win the game. So,
and I go back to the Bears game where you actually you get an onside kick, you recover it, you go down and you score, and you still lose. It's like that just doesn't happen. That's what happened to the Bengals this year. It's like, and I was at that game. I'm like, I went from, and I'm just sitting there going, I think it was a video I did where I'm just sitting there and there's nobody else left in the stands, and I'm sitting there going, I can't believe we lost that game. How in the hell do we lose that game?
And kind of not funny, but and then Chicago gets an onside on Saturday and they win the game.
I know, like, that's what's supposed to happen. But, not us. We lose the game. Like,
the football gods hate us. Maybe they don't like Skyline Chili. I have no idea.
I don't know. Well, I mean, the NFL hates us. They don't even put DJ Turner in the Pro Bowl, which is crazy.
I guess we could say we're entertaining.
We're something, that's for sure. I mean, speaking of entertaining, these games they got here on Christmas suck. Like, they flex us out of Sunday night, which is fine. Why didn't they flex any of these other games out of Christmas? These games are horrible. I mean, you're going to have the battle for the number one pick. You got the Giants and the Raiders. I think basically that is going to determine who gets the number one pick. But that's it.
It's bad. That's where it's like it's a huge like off season because there's a lot of questions to be answered. Like, obviously Miami already moving on from Tua. Where do they go? I think there's a lot of unsettledness around the Ravens right now too, because
I'll get them there talking about trading Lamar.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if the Ravens are actually talking about, but get up, which I mean, they just start stuff, but still, like, really?
And it's like their coach kind of seems like he doesn't like Lamar. Lamar doesn't seem like he likes him. Like, it's just kind of feels messy there. The Steelers, I hate to say it, they may get a playoff win this year, but like,
I go back to we're giving the damn division to the Steelers. The Ravens and the Bengals just said, "Hey, Steelers, here you go. We don't want the division. You can have it." We literally gave it to them.
Yeah.
I mean, they're playing better. Well, we'll see what happens. The DK Metcalf is suspended for 2 games, which I don't look. Fans, leave players alone. Second of all, fans or players, don't go up and talk to the idiot, let alone put your hands on him. Like, that's just and he potentially, I heard this morning, DK potentially cost himself guaranteed money because he got a contact detrimental to the team. Like, really? Like, You got that in your contract. You still went over and talked to some idiot in blue hair? Like, come on now.
Yeah, he's definitely like got some marbles loose. He's like one of those players like he'll put up like $160 and then there's like stretches of games he just disappears too. So it's like I don't know. I mean, they have the Browns and then they close with the Ravens still. So it's like if the Ravens get their shit together, they could still like, kind of they could still get good. And so I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah. We'll see. I've said this all offseason that I did not think the Ravens defense was Ravens defense. I didn't think Steelers defense was Steelers defense, and I've pretty much been proven right. They have not been. And everybody's like, "Oh, the Ravens got this Super Bowl team." I'm like, I think they're good. I don't think they were like one of everybody's picks to win the Super Bowl, which there's a lot of people that picked them. And I'm like, what am I missing? Like I didn't.
Well, yeah, and they've had some struggles on the offensive line.
Mm-hmm.
Tyler Lindenbaum's going to be a free agent. Just a little note there too. Like,
I love that you bring up one of my draft crushes. I love that dude. I wanted the Bengals to draft him so bad.
I did too.
Okay,
They were showing him last week on his athleticism. He got out on like a pull block and just destroyed some dude. And I was like, God, I would love to. I know I love Karras and stuff. But,
I do too. But I could. The only thing is like we're eventually going to have to move. Teddy's only. I know they keep signing 1-year contracts, but he's only got a couple years left. So
yeah,
I really do believe that one of the Lee or the former Ohio State guy, I can't think of his name. One of those two is
Seth McLaughlin.
Yeah, I think one of those two is our future center. Right. I do think we have that
right
on here. And with that being said, if you believe that, like I do, we got some pretty good building blocks for this offensive line. Wait, Mims is playing, Fairchild's playing good. I like Rivers still. I think Rivers can eventually. Look, Reiser is our right guard, and I want to sign him, and I'll bring him in next year. I might have him and Rivers fight out for the right guard job, but I think it's Reiser's to lose. But I think we have a potential future right guard in Rivers. So our offensive line, future wise, looks pretty good. Now I am a little worried about left tackle. Zeus has not been as good as we would like him to be, and we got nothing there behind him. That's scary as far as if he gets hurt sometime. Who plays left tackle?
And that's where it's like we got to solve for the defense, but we also you can't just completely ignore the offense. Building the depth there. You can never have too many offensive linemen. You can never have a swing tackle. Obviously, Cody Ford showed that. He's just I try to give him some benefit of the doubt because I think there was a spot last year that he played okay when he came in at left tackle, but it was this year he came in for Mims for a little and it just was a disaster. So it was just we still got to find that swing tackle. And then I think on offense too, there's some fourth round guys I like, but I definitely think we need to upgrade a slot. I just
I wouldn't think again. It goes back to BPA, but best player what the Bengals should do is you could draft the best player available and then take free agency and fill in your holes.
Yep,
that's what you should do. That's what hopefully they'll do.
Yeah,
but they got to quit reaching for guys with. I love Raz. He's been he's been on the show multiple times. I love him, but don't always go by the Raz score. I'm tired of all this guy's ceiling is this high.
Yeah,
production on the field matters. That should matter more than anything else, especially for your first and second round pick. I want guys who can come in and basically plug and play, and let's go. That's what we need. No matter what position it is.
Yeah, and look at some of the high second round picks from this past draft. There's some heavy contributors in there. So it's you should treat your second round pick like a first round pick because you can get stuff out of him too.
Especially where we're going to pick at. It's going to be a pretty high second round pick.
Yeah. And to your point, sixth round, if you want to get pure Raz guy, go for him. Yeah, get those guys. That's when you have fun and you can take the swings on the athleticism or the project players. But your first couple rounds, let's get productive players.
First three rounds, pick BPA. Fourth, I'd still like BPA. Probably fifth round, then you can start screwing around and doing different things.
Yeah, like 4th round, I'm always fine with finding those like hog mollies, like those offensive guards that are just like, dirty son of a guns that like to get like physical, like put those guys, and then like maybe like 5th round, you find some gadget receiver or some guy that's like a kick returner kind of thing. And then, 6th, 7th round, just go after pure athleticism. At the very least, those athletic guys can at least contribute on special teams when you take them in the later rounds, So,
there's part of me that like, because Holmes says, they have another bad offseason. It'll look like the last couple of years. There's part of me that's kind of like, they really can't do with this talent on this team. Really can't do this 4 years in a row, can we? I mean, you can't screw this up that bad 4 years with the talent you have on this team. You can't really. I mean, they could. They could. I hope not. And poor job. Yes, you're right. Free agency comes before, but I still meant you can fill in. There's free agents after the draft. So
yeah. I mean, obviously we're analyzing everything. It's a good time of year to do it. Like going in the
nothing else to do. We ain't going to playoffs.
Yeah. Despite that, I don't like, bro. I don't think we're far away. Like I feel like there has been some improvements. We've seen some young players getting better. I will just feel a lot better if we go into the draft and we're a lot more active in free agency, even if those free agents don't hit. Like it makes me feel better that, okay, like we heard the voice in the room. The voice in the room is Burrow, obviously. We are trying to address some needs and plug some holes through free agency. And then that will get me more excited about the potential of what we can transition to in the draft with the BPA. And then, obviously as you go through the summer, what waiver wire stuff there is. So, but if we go through another off season, like with minimal moves, then I'm kind of like already for the season. I'm like, what do you guys expect? Like,
yeah, exactly. Exactly. That like for me, three free agent positions I would go after: safety, a linebacker, and either interior defensive lineman or an edge.
Yeah,
that's the three I would find those guys you want to get and sign them, and then I'd still if you signed a free agent safety and spent a lot of money, I'd still draft Caleb Downs if he's there. I'd still do it. So, I mean, that's just you just still go BPA.
Yeah, Caleb Downs is my number one guy. So, if we have any opportunity, like you said, if he's a couple picks, and we're coming up and he's there, trade, go get him, man. He can just make your defense instantly better, a versatile piece. He can cover tight ends. He can play up in the box. He communicates well. He's a leader. So it crossed so many boxes. It's such an obvious pick for the Bengals. Guess what will happen?
They won't pick it. Yeah. Or he'll be gone.
He'll be gone.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, if that's your dude, go get him. I mean, well, we lose it. We'd have to wrap up another, 5th or 6th round pick. Who cares? If that's your guy, go get him. That's like last year. If Walter Nolan was your guy, go get him. If you only had what would it take to move up one spot?
And
it couldn't have taken that much.
Caleb Downs don't grow over trees, man. Like he's I'm not gonna use like the generational crap, but like he's
good.
He's really, really good, and he's been good since he arrived on campus at Alabama, and they transferred from Ohio State. Like, it's just an instant impact player that changes the culture of your defense. Just like any of the picks that we've made, like the Jamar Chases, that changes the culture, the Burrows, the T. Higgins, that sort of thing. Like, not only are they... Yeah.
He give you that swagger. We don't have that swagger. When we had it on defense, it was Jesse Bates, it was Trey Hendrickson, it was DJ Reader. Those guys are going to be gone. Just Bates and that was our swagger, our leaders. We don't have that. There is, like I've asked this all year on this podcast, who's the leader on defense? We ain't got one. I think Jordan Battle tries to be. I think McKinley Jackson, Demetrius Knight, I think he tries to be, but he's a rookie. It's hard to, and he's been okay as a linebacker. You need to be one of the better players to really do that.
Yeah.
Miles Burby's kind of a quiet guy. Joe Josiah, kind of a quiet guy. These aren't really guys that are leaders that I see. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But Caleb Downs could now. He's a rookie. It's gonna be hard for that. That's why I think you bring in veterans, free agents to help with that.
Mhm.
You know.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
we'll see.
Yeah, you need that anyways. The veterans like for depth, like
Mhm.
fill pieces. But yeah, man, I'm on the same page with you there. I think identity wise, you hit it on the head. It doesn't feel like one. Now, I think what they want it to be is an opportunistic defense that causes turnovers,
which is what they've been. They were last week. I mean, and they
Yep.
were at the beginning of the year. It went
Yeah.
away.
Yeah, I think since week 11, we actually lead in takeaways. So there are some positives, like we're moving in the right direction. So
I know it seems like a lifetime ago, but we were 2-0 at one point, and they were an opportunistic defense for those first 2 games.
Yeah.
I agree. That's what I think they want to get back to.
Mhm.
And I said, the one good thing about this year, I do think they've identified some players on the defense. Like I said, last year, I don't think we could identify anybody. We've seen some of these guys finally take steps, so that's a good thing. And I'm happy as hell finally McKinley Jackson's getting to play. I would love to know why the hell he didn't play for the first 6-7 weeks.
I loved him last year.
Right, me too. Yeah. I'm a big fan of his.
Yeah, like he's got that he's a big dude. He's a good get up to get off too. Like he can fill those gaps quick as hell. So it's like those are dudes that I like that can get up the field fast, So yeah, it's no shocker since he's been on the field. Our run defense has been mostly solid, right?
Yeah.
So,
wow. Yeah. Interesting. Dustin, I'm gonna get the hell out of here. I appreciate you coming on for this hour. Do me a favor, plug some stuff about Bengals and Brews and anything else you want to talk about before I let you go.
Yeah, Bengals and Brews Mondays. We will have a Friday show, 3:30 Eastern time. Myself, Dale, Chop.
Rumdale.
Yeah, Rumdale. It's Rumdale Friday, especially because he's on break right now and he's
oh God, and then he's gonna be on my show Friday too. Oh God.
Yeah. We'll just be shooting it. We'll probably be talking some college ball on Friday. We'll be talking. We're already, a Dale. We're already transitioning into
Dale was in draft mode at the beginning of November.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. God love it. God bless him. Go check out his draft guide. Proceeds go to Project Game Day. You can follow him, Dale Altman's or Bengals and Brews online, where you can find that and obtain that. Really great write-ups. I feel like his guide is really easy to follow and read. It's not like some of these draft guides, no knock to people, but it's almost too much. So I think he does a great job of breaking down important information. So check that out. But yeah, happy holidays to everybody. I hope everybody has a great Christmas and New Year and, Who Day. And hopefully the Bengals just get another win on Sunday and have fun.
Sounds good to me, brother. All right, Dustin, take it easy, brother. I'll see ya.
Bye.
Who Day? Oh, I cut him off. Dang on, he want to do it. Jenzy, what's up? Do I think Cam Taylor-Britt will be back next year? No. Unfortunately. He hasn't played well enough. I say unfortunately because I love his family. I love his parents. I've met them. They're awesome people. I met Cam. He's a good dude. But I don't think so. But we'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. Anyway, thanks for watching. I've been live streaming on YouTube, Facebook, X, Twitch, along with Instagram. Hello, Instagram. You can follow me on all those, along with Threads and TikTok. And also check out my Substack. I haven't written any articles in a while, but I do write articles on there, so make sure you check out my Substack. It's all this under Sports with Strawberry.
All right, shout out to my sponsors. They are Priority Lawn and Landscaping for all your lawn and landscaping needs. You need your grass cut, you need shrubbery trimmed, I don't know, you need a paper patio, you need anything. Anything. Landscaping required. Think Priority Lawn and Landscaping. Also, shout out to T Properties, quality housing for quality people. Check out the website at www.tpropertiesllc.com for all your rental property management needs and your rental needs. And of course, Marr Window, Door, and More. I got them in my house. I highly recommend you get them in yours. They're energy efficient, great looking windows, easy to clean. Marr Window, Door, and More. The website is MarrCincinnati.com. And also shout out to my favorite brewery, Moorline Lager House. Get on down there, get you some delicious Moorline beer, some delicious Moorline food. And tell them I sent you. Moorline Lager House.
That's right. We'll be back down there this Sunday for the Moorline Lager House Best Day Brew pregame experience. If you guys have not got your tickets yet or have not been down there yet, I highly recommend it. We only got 2 of them left. Get your tickets at the Marr Lager House Facebook page and also on their websites. It's an all-inclusive experience, delicious buffet, delicious beer, DJs, me, beer, food, fun, warmth. We're inside of the fest tent there, so it'll be a great time. So come on down to the Marr Lager House. Best Day Brewery pregame experience. If you missed any of the show, I will be pulling a sound off later on tonight. Put it on the podcast. It's on BeanPod, Apple iTunes, Spotify, Google, Stitcher Play, pretty much wherever you ever get your podcast. Do me a favor. Listen to it, rate it, like it, review it, leave a comment, and a 5-star review so more Cincinnati fans can find my podcast. I would greatly appreciate it. All right, everybody. Everybody have a happy, Merry Christmas. I hope you get to enjoy it with your family and friends. I will be off until Friday. We'll have Dale Altman on here. I have Rum Dale and AC, the Godfather, Anthony Cosenza for our Who Day Friday show. But you guys have a wonderful Christmas. So hug your family. And like I said, do it there. Keep Jay Morrison in your thoughts and prayers. He is going through a absolutely horrible time right now with his unfortunate passing of his wife. So keep Jay in your thoughts and prayers. Merry Christmas to you and yours. And I'll see you Friday. Who Day for life. And that's just sports, baby. See ya!
Another great show. You guys still here? The show's over. You can come back tomorrow. I'm out of here. See ya.